What's going on, guys? Ryan here from Student Aesthetics, and in today's video I want to talk about 5 laws of lifting. So these are 5 essentials that you really have to work towards and that you always have to keep in the back of your mind when you step your foot into the gym. And this has nothing to do with nutrition, so these tips apply to you if your nutrition is down, because nutrition is the most important aspect of lifting. If your nutrition is not on point, you will not see any progress. But once you have your nutrition on point, you definitely want to keep those 5 laws in mind. So let's start off with the first one. So the first one is focus on patterns instead of muscles. A lot of people, when they go into the gym, they focus on the pump. They focus on getting a lot of contraction into the muscles, feeling that muscle burn, and feeling like your muscle have been working very hard. But this is not actually the correct way of doing it. Just think about it. When you're doing leg extensions, the burn in your quads is way greater than when you're doing squats. Now, is the leg extension a greater exercise than the squat? Hell no, guys. You will activate much more muscle fibers while performing a squat, but the leg extension machine gives a lot more pump into that muscle. So the pump is not representable for muscle growth or the amount of muscle fibers that you are working. So we do not want to focus on that entirely, guys. You want to focus on patterns instead of muscles. And what I mean by that is that you want to focus on increasing in certain exercises. Alright, guys, so focus on movements. Focus on pulling movements, and then pick a certain exercise and get better at it and save those isolation exercises for later in your workout. But that is not what you should focus on. You should focus on getting better at your main lifts. The compound lifts, the squat, the bench press, overhead press, etc. Alright, so the second one is have your exercise ordered on neural demands. So on how taxing it is on your nervous system. And so the order of the exercises should be as follows. So the first one being the dynamic movements, such as like box jumps. The second one, power movement, explosive movements like Olympic lifts, maybe snatch, clean and jerks. The third one, and that is what I start off with because I don't do the first 2 usually. So the third one being the basic compound lifts for lower reps, so strength training, usually like sets of 5 reps. And then the fourth one being still compound lifts but the higher reps, so more the hypertrophy style, 8 to 12 reps. And then you want to do the isolation exercises, and then if you want to do cardio, then that would be the last one. So I think I got everything down there, like 6. So 5 basic lifting certain principles, and then you have cardio if you want to do that as well. So you definitely don't want to do cardio before your workout unless it's very like low intensity and it's just to get warm, get the blood flowing. You don't want to do an hour of cardio before your workout. So always order your exercise in that type of structure, and definitely do not do cardio before workouts or start off with isolation exercises unless you're doing a very specific type of training, but that does not apply to most people. So the third one is stop being obsessed with heavy lifting. Alright, I see it all the time. Too many ego lifters out there. Too many, okay? Especially when you're training for aesthetics, when you're training for pure hypertrophy, getting a really nice body. Why would you even care about how much weight you lift? And if you're really training to get stronger, it is even more crucial that you do not overreach, because that is definitely hindering you from making strength gains. So in both situations, going too heavy for your body is not optimal and will not contribute to your goals anyhow, guys. And so an even more important thing I see happening with people that lift too heavy is that they get very, very prone to injury. Because usually when you're not able to make any progress, your form will go more and more sloppy. Because like I said, it will not recover as good as someone else. And their form will get more bad and more bad because they want to keep increasing in weights, but they simply can't because their body does not adapt to that weight, because they're lifting too heavy. And then their form gets more bad and more bad, and at the end they're not even doing a full range of motion bench press anymore, and they will fuck up their shoulders, for example. So those are all kinds of things that can happen when you lift too heavy, and it's just not worth it. And so with lifting too heavy, I'm not talking about lifting in the lower rep ranges, okay? That is completely fine, okay? You definitely want to have sets in your routine where you'll do 3 to 5 reps, because that's completely beneficial to you if you're training for aesthetic purposes as well, and if you're a natural lifter. It's something you definitely want to do. But I'm simply talking about using too much weight that you can actually handle. So this can also apply in the freaking 15 rep range. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm simply talking about people who use too much weight and cannot handle it. So the fourth one is train consistently. I see a lot of people, they pick a program that simply exceeds their abilities and their capabilities to make it to the gym that often or on those certain days. and they happen to pick a 5-day split, for example, but then on leg day they suddenly can't make it. Oh, it's always on leg day, but on leg day they can't make it, so they just skip that leg day. Well, their routine does not allow them to do leg day the next day, because then their whole weekly routine doesn't make sense anymore, or there's not enough recovery anymore. So they simply skip that leg day and they do it the next week, and their legs have simply not been hit for like friggin' 8 or 9 days or whatever. And that does not make sense, guys. You want to hit your muscle multiple times a week. So if you know that your routine does not work out for you, then do not pick a routine that exceeds your capabilities, guys. It does not make sense. So make sure you do not follow a routine in which you will have those extreme performance gaps, where you do not work in muscle for like a week, and that will also lead to muscle imbalances, obviously. And make sure you pick a program in which you can complete like the full training cycles, and that also fits your personal lifestyle as well. So the fifth and final one is have your mind right. All right, I think this is a very, very important thing. You just really got to get into that mood, guys, where you simply just kill it. Everything around you doesn't matter anymore. Okay, your whole life is shut down. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter, because in the gym, that's your time. That's the time where you kill it. And when you're just in the gym for the sake of it, when you're searching girls on Tinder during your rest times, when you're on WhatsApp all the time, on Instagram, and you're simply not thinking about the workout, then it is just not going to be as fun as it could be, and you're just not killing it. So you're probably not even making progress. So you want to go hard and you want to really enjoy it. And I think fitness only starts to get fun when you really become that certain beast inside of you. Okay? And this applies to girls as well. I see girls going crazy in the gym too. But I still just see too many people who are just doing so many other things while they're actually working out. So in my opinion, you should really find that inner passion inside of you. And for everyone, I think it's kind of a little bit different. But just don't focus on too many things outside of the gym that are just not important at that moment. You go to the gym just to be shut down from the world. So don't go on WhatsApp, don't go on Instagram, and simply just kill your workout and get into that mood, guys, and enjoy it. So those are pretty much all the tips I wanted to give you guys. If you apply those tips into the gym, you will definitely be successful. And I think it's just extremely important to follow those tips if your diet is on point, obviously. But if you are following those tips, there's pretty much no way you're not making progress if you're following a proper routine and doing those things that I told you. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.